a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively too.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Wagner. He just could not put it together in that loss to New York. Pass to Banchero. Outside, Caldwell Pope lets the 3 fly. Drills it from deep.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
Russell deciding where to go with it. Thomas up top. Pulls it. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. It's a 3-point game. Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. You think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Now here's Williams. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. And it's good for 2. Here's Suggs. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Tight handles by Suggs creates all the space he needs.
The 3 from Russell. It's rebounded by Banchero. For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
Outside Johnson. Thomas outside. Fires the 3. Knocks down the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
For Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Banchero. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Russell to pass to Johnson. 1:25 left in the first quarter of the game. Williams on the wing, defended by Wagner. Tries from 6 feet. And Claxton with a nice bucket inside. And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was in Brooklyn.
Last game, their starting lineup struggled to stay on the floor. It just put too much pressure on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Watford comes in for Williams. Johnson, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Melton in for Russell. They get it back. Outside Johnson, beyond the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Wagner inside, covered by Johnson, and it's Wagner missing. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Melton outside. The kick out to Johnson. Johnson passes to Sharp, over Wagner. Sharp, no good. Orlando trailing here. Here's Anthony. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And he's able to get it back. Wagner, the pass to Anthony. Off target from outside. From deep, Johnson. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Nets out in front, leading by 1. And we'll be back with you short. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
On the floor for the Nets, Trendon Watford is out there with Williams. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Sharp. And it's Melton in at the point guard position. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Magic.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
Grant, you think it's too early in the season to try and forecast where teams are going to end up?
You know, B.A., yes and no. I think we have a handful of teams whose fates might already be determined, but we always have a couple of surprise teams that come out of nowhere. That's what makes the season so much fun to watch.
Here's Black. Drains the triple.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Johnson against Anthony. Outside Johnson. Now Melton. Yet to see a basket. 5 to shoot. Down low. Sharp. That shot off. Oh, nice D from Carter. Orlando leading by 4. Clark, the Magic winning the Southeast Division last year. A bit of a surprise to some.
Yeah, I agree. I was surprised as well, but you know what? That young group came together and is a bit ahead of schedule based on the typical trajectory of that kind of young team. But they've got a great, exciting core led by 2022 first-round draft pick, #1 overall pick, Paolo Banchero. And that's a solid foundation to build around, folks.
Batase's checked in for Orlando. Suggs comes in for Wagner. And a change for the Nets. Wilson's checked in for Williams.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Coming into this, having notched a win against San Antonio in their last game.
Oh, man, they were in total control, really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas comes in for Wilson. Nets trail by 4. Here's Johnson. Banked it in off the glass.
Nice pass from Melton. Solid job at getting it to his teammates.
The floater. Oh, Banchero working his magic.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Caldwell Pope comes in for Anthony.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
The 3 from Russell. Orlando grabs the miss. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Williams is checked in for Brooklyn. One thing this team loves about Jalen Suggs, he is one tough guard, Clark.
Hey, he was the state football player of the year in high school. And you don't just forget about how to be tough when you've done what he's done on the gridiron. And it translates extremely well to the hardwood. I think he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league right now.
The shot by Russell, no good. Orlando leading by 7. Here's Banchero. Bumped and finishes. Great stuff from Banchero.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Thomas against Caldwell Pope. Pass to Russell. They need this. And it's good on the layup.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Here's Thomas. It's tipped. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. On defense, the Magic. 12 seconds left in the first half. Outside Russell. Shot clock at 5. Knocks down the long J. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Banchero. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Magic up by 4. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through. And next, a look at some of the possible. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Paolo Banchero with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Banchero out there with Goga Bitadze. And it's Suggs in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Now here's Claxton. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Williams against Wagner. That one falls. Williams has got his second basket. Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And a quick look at the 2K leaderboard, showing which teams have really been controlling the glass over the last month. The Nets in second.
And last month, this team was active on the glass, really put forth an effort to box out and track down misses.
Johnson against Banchero. Outside, Caldwell Pope. There's the triple. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Russell, the pass to Johnson. Thomas outside. Floats one, and he lays it in. Thomas has got 7.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
Suggs outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Wagner for 3. He buries it from 3.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Black's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Russell's got the ball here for the Nets. They trail by 6. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. That'll be their second of 3 games total on this road trip. Orlando has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Suggs with the bucket.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Nets trail by 9. Thomas outside. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Clark, we know how great Wagner is offensively. He's a plus defender as well.
You know what? I think he takes great pride in being a versatile, high-level defender. I mean, he focuses on that and gives great effort there. Offense comes relatively easy. He's got a great skill set, good size and mobility. but the defense is where he's really focused on excelling, and he's doing it.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams."
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Allie.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Watford comes in for Williams. Johnson, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Melton in for Russell. And the basket is good. Johnson's got 5 now.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
And it's Wagner missing. Nets trail by 11. The ball's knocked loose. Wagner with a steal. Pass to Suggs. Oh, and he slams it down. Wow.
So tough trying to slow down Suggs, especially when he gets it going, because he's persistent and relentless.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Johnson against Wagner. Outside Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And the layup is good off the glass. Johnson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And the advantage he has is clear. Just taking what the defense gives him right there. And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Brooklyn, DeAnthony Melton out there with Johnson. Then it's Trendon Watford, then there's Sharp, and it's Wilson in at the 3, the small forward. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
I love the way they're finishing, penetrating, getting downhill, taking the game to their opponents. They've been the aggressors, and that's been impressive.
Yeah, another thing they did well, running the floor. They've kept the pace high and pulled away with their transition offense.
Orlando leading by 12. Here's Banchero. The quick look, no good that time. Pass to Wilson. Launches a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Wilson's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Here's Black. The kick out to Banchero. Taking the contact. Banchero.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And a new group getting ready for Orlando. Batase's checked in for Carter. Franz Wagner comes in for Wagner. Caldwell Pope's checked in for Anthony. And Suggs is subbed in for Black. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. They took a laid-back approach to the huddle, telling the team, everyone thinks this game is over, so just go out there and let it rip. Let's see what we can do. And I think the players love that message.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Wagner. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Thomas, that's good.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Orlando leading by 9. It's Suggs with a drive. And that one is hammered home.
I'll tell you what, I love when Suggs attacks the defense like this because he's so hard to guard when he's aggressively looking to get to the rim.
Thomas outside. Puts the move on. It's rebounded by Batadze. Batadze's got 4 rebounds now. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. It's stolen by Johnson. Wagner, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Wagner's got 10 points in just the second half. Thomas up top. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Thomas, that's good.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. And Banchero gets it to go.
And I think we're going to see a lot of nights like this from Banchero. He is built to score and never seems to take a play off.
Here's Thomas. And again, it's Brooklyn.
Some defenses are designed to yield the mid-range shot. For him, that's a good look.
And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, how about the athleticism of Jalen Suggs? I mean, I love seeing him rise up with power like he did there.
And here's Thomas from the arc. Oh, he connects. His 7th basket. He's 7 of 15 now.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move? Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Magic.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
This will mark their 13th win of the year. Not a bad number.
And what a sigh of relief for them. This has been a brutal season series, dropping the first 3 games, but now they salvage some dignity against Brooklyn.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jalen Suggs.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. It's Suggs with a drive. Uses the glass on the layup.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Yep, count it. And the Magic lead by 15.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So no problem for Orlando as they get the win.